So he's been remanded in Kuje prison. One of his sons also remanded in Kuje prison until their bail application will be approved. So it was reported that that one actually lost consciousness. That's the son in the middle, right? So they succeeded in looting over 500 billion naira. Write that down, all right? You ought to put estimate or number on what they said they have done. Malami wants to be the governor of Kebbi State under the ADC in 2027. And he's been sharing cars. The last time he was accused of sharing, Benz, a particular brand of car, So he's been sharing that. And he said, if God willing, he would share aeroplane, one of these days he will share this aeroplane to his supporters. So right now, his own loot, right, is passing through the test of the same rigged system, because remember, Yeye Bello today has also declared that he will be running for Senate in Kogi State in 2027. And this is a guy who stole over 80 billion naira from the state of Kogi, from Kogi State. So EFCC and the drama that, sort of like followed the attempt to arrest him and eventual submission and being a surrender, as well as the eventual appearance in courts like Malami, also to the point where he got his own bail. Today, Yaya Bello is not only just free, he's running to become senator, and he has also been appointed by Tifnumbu to be a member of the APC, all professional criminals, reconciliation committee ahead of their national convention in the next few months. So, meaning Yeye Bello is back in action. So the drama of them appearing in court and all of that stuff is, it's just pure drama. You have to put it that way. But what is not drama is what happened in Lagos 7 days ago. So it was reported that there was a fire incident like that got at this multi-story building in Lagos Island in Lagos. At the time, after a day, the news died, just like other fire incidents that have been reported in the last few days, almost every day, from Ibadan to Lagos to this to that, right? But what was not pretty much reported is the fact that there were people still trapped in that building in Lagos. Like, it got so scary yesterday when those who are still the survivors who got sort of trapped in the rubble, the rubble of the burnt and collapsed building, right? Some of them are still alive inside there, while evacuation and the rescue effort was completely suspended. Now, there were those calling their own family members, crying for help, that they are still here, and they heard that nobody's coming in to actually rescue them. Until this afternoon, when it was reported that some of the rescuers eventually got in, and most of the people they brought out were dead. But the video you're about to, or the voice you're about to hear next is that of these victims. Please listen.
Hello, Nze. Iputago? Hey, Chimo.
See fire is still burning inside. Fire is still burning.
I say this one, no must go.
See fire is still burning there.
Fire is still burning.
Fire is still burning. See fire.
Fire still burning.
And people are still inside.
Where is it?
Those 3 brothers when they carry 9 people. People press inside now for that second floor is there now. They brought out 15 bodies so that they died. Those 3 brothers said they can die. And people see that even Mr. Obu, that one said died. Mr. Obu now, that one died.
Where get
China this thing where else?
where did the China?
Now that's real story. If you want to actually like imagine it, that's real story of real people. Do you get what I mean? 7 days ago, that happened. It made the news, everybody was like, but they said the Lagos State government and those who were working and rescuing them just suddenly just said that, they packed up. They are no longer, like people were abandoned in there for 7 days. Just about 2 days ago, a crash, a ghastly motor accident that involved Anthony Joshua, the former world boxing champion. And people were not really concerned about the road. Like, no, it's probably not the road. Do you get what I mean now? But what happened to the paramedics? Like, people were actually making jokes about this online, that some of you sometimes, because you probably have watched so much or so many foreign movies, you'll be using some fancy words and you forget that you're talking about Nigeria. Which one is paramedics? No, ambulance. Okay. You are talking about ambulance. Which one is paramedics? Which one is? Because, I mean, Nigeria is supposedly a rich country, do not reach. At a point, you get to a stage where you can see that even your money can save you. Do you get what I mean? Like, oh, we need to hustle. Let me hustle and make money. Then you make the money. Then you eventually realize that Nigeria can happen to you in the most unimaginable way. And that will be the time that you kind of have to ask yourself, like, what exactly is the purpose of an average Nigerian in a country that is existing in this way? They have no idea of how many people trapped in that building. They don't. And it's currently not even like a national tragedy, something that the Lagos State government will be there until they reach what they call the ground zero, and they will put down that building. But because of the anyhowness, they said because 30 December is out, some of the people who are doing the work there, they have to travel, they have to go and do their own or do emergency workers. I don't think people have actually started accessing the damages and all of that, but the loss of lives, to the point that victims are trapped in a place for 6 days. 6 days. Then at them come they call people outside, say, we are still here. Please save us. We are still here. Like 6 days. So Nigeria can happen to anybody in an unimaginable way, that you can just wonder that what exactly, for those who are saying all you need to do is to make money. When you make the money, what guarantees you that you are actually going to be able to enjoy that money in that sense? Baba, people, families of those trapped who are looking for their loved ones, this morning, they had to sit in a row like this on the curb beside the road, right? In a row. They sat on the curb, praying and hoping that their trapped loved ones inside that place will be rescued alive, powerless. like head bowed, surrendered. Somebody said Nigeria have a way of breaking people, and they can indeed break you. Listen to this.
I'm sorry if I'm not responding, please. I'm at the location right now. We're trying to know if they can start as early as possible. But the annoying thing is that these people will end up starting around same thing they did yesterday. They will start working around 1 o'clock, 1 to 2 o'clock. And at the end, before you know, by 4 o'clock they will stop. I'll be by 4 to 5 o'clock they will stop and say they are done for the day. They're like, they're not even, these people are not helping, because government has declared that nobody is trapped inside, no deaths, no casualty. So the work is just on a slow pace. The work is just on a slow pace. They don't care. I don't know. They don't even care about the lives inside. They don't care. Please, I need you guys' prayers. And then whoever has connections, please help out, please.
My fellow Nigeria, I'm calling all of you to come to my aid. Oh, come to my aid. Come to my aid. Oh, I don't know what is happening right now. My 3 younger brothers are still in there. The government has promised us that they are going to do something, but as I'm talking to you now, nothing much has been done. My 3 younger brothers are still into that building. They are being trapped down there. According to what they say there's a particular big stone that has covered the entrance where they are supposed to come out from. A lot of people are still making call from the underground. Nigeria, come to my aid. My fellow Nigeria, come to my aid. Come to my aid. Oh, Governor of Lagos State, come to my aid. Other states, come and intervene. I am begging all of you to come to my aid. Hear my cry. My 3 younger ones are still in there. Other families are still held down there. Please come and save them from this bondage. Come to my aid. Come to the Great Nigerian House at Balogu. Come to my aid. Since 24th night, my younger brothers has been there. I don't know what to do. I am so confused. According to the government, they are saying nothing has happened, but a lot of things has gone down there. A lot of things has gone wrong in that place. My younger brothers are still in there. People are making call from the underground. Getting there, they did not allow us to go close. Those who were able to go close said there is a very big stone that has covered the entrance of the underground. People are still trapped in there. My 3 younger ones are still there. Stephen is there. Kasmia is there. Collins is there. Please come to my aid, my fellow Nigeria. Please come to my aid. Oh, Jesus, come. Jesus, come. Jesus, come. Government of Lagos State, come to my aid. Government of Nigeria, come to my aid. People, come to my aid. Oh, very dark man, come to my aid. Oh, come to my aid. Come to my aid. Someone, the governor of Lagos State, come to my aid. My 3 younger ones are there. I am an orphan. What will I do in this life without my 3 younger ones? I am finished. Come to my aid. Come to my aid. Lord Jesus, come and rescue. Come and rescue people. Come and rescue my younger ones. Come and rescue my younger ones. They are still in there. They are still in there as I'm talking to you now. Since 24th night, we have not rested. Since 24th night, we have not rested. Since 24th night, we have not rested. Since on the 24th December, we have not been ourselves. We have been in Lagos Island crying. The government did not allow us to come close. My 3 younger ones are trapped in there. My 3 younger ones are still in there. Nigeria, come to my aid. Every state, come to my aid. Oh, more people, come to my aid. Come to my aid. Anambra State, come to my aid. Governor of Anambra State, come to my aid. Come and rescue your children. My 3 younger ones are still there. My 3 younger ones are still there. From the same mother, the same father. Irala, come to my aid. Irala, come to Anambra State, come to my aid. My fellow Nigeria, come to my aid. Come and save my younger ones. Come and save my 3 brothers. I am so confused. I don't know what to do. Government of Lagos State promised to help us, but as I'm talking to you now, nothing has been done. We were there yesterday. The stone was not rolled away. We were there yesterday. The truck did not reach to that place. They are still in there. People are making call from the underground. A lot of people are there. My 3 brothers are there. A lot of people are still in there. Please come to my.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people who are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the knockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in longer, because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to make our home.
So outbreaking, I've said this before and I'll keep saying it, right? And I don't even find any joy in saying it. But somehow, that is my own way of psychologically managing the kind of a situation that those in charge of that contraption have actually put everyone. The anyhowness, the whataboutism, and all of that stuff, and how many lives, needless lives that are just being wasted for no reason. And that's why I'll say it again. Nigeria is a place where those who survived yesterday, they are the victims of today. Those of us who survived today, we are potential victims tomorrow. And there's a way Nigeria actually affects you, even if you are not even living in Nigeria. Things that could happen and disrupt even your own settled life, your organized life, your comfortable life, and throw it, upside down and just throw yourself off balance just because of Nigeria and those in charge of that place. It is so bad that I have also said it on this platform that those in charge of Nigeria who have now, established a system of anyhowness, they have not done themselves any good as well. When you decided to weaponize a system of anyhowness like you have in Nigeria, where people could do just anything and there is no consequences whatsoever. It's buried. Like the government who came out to say there is nobody trapped in there. Everybody is fine. But they know people are still trapped in there. But they want to look good in a way. So you may just be seated somewhere with your family at work in your diaspora. And then here is the news. The terrorists have invaded your community. Oh, they've just kidnapped your brother on his way to Abuja. You don't know your brother or your sister is traveling to anywhere right now. You have no idea. And somehow, you have psychologically told yourself that whatever is going on in Nigeria, they are just happening here and there, or they are happening this part, they are not going to affect, they are not happening in my own side, only for you to realize that you have brothers, you have sisters, you have parents, you have other family members that you care about who could actually get caught in any of these abnormalities. And the reaction is the same. This country, now only God could help this country. This country is finished. This country is that. All these leaders is this or that. It's like people have accepted that, There was a time I asked myself, or I actually told myself that, man, it is going to look unbelievable if for any reason at a point that Nigeria is still existing and you no longer have this Fulani terrorism, all these displaced people are now returned back to their ancestral land, ancestral homes. They received support from government and even internationally to rebuild their lives. Farmers, right, who have been displaced from their lands are back there. There is no longer Boko Haram killing or, attacking people. And all these things are gone. And there is no longer politicians calling your bluff enough that they are no longer like writing their own, or should I say, paying themselves what they think they could take from the cover of the country. Now, people who are corrupt are now in jail. Now, all those things, like, are they possible at all in that Nigeria? That people won't believe that if that should happen,